What's up, everybody? Welcome into the Flippin Bats Now pregame show. Team USA is about to kick off their run. I cannot wait. This WBC has been absolutely incredible, and only half of it had even gotten started until today. So this is going to be a blast. We're 30 minutes out until game time. We're going to talk lineups. We're going to talk predictions. We're going to do it all. Let's get to it.
It's a blowout. 8th inning, 10-3. Bases are loaded for Verlander, who waits out a 3-0 pitch. He swings, and it's a high fly ball. Deep center field. It is gone. Home run. And a huge bat flip to celebrate. All right, Ben, start the show already.
It's a big day. I am, as always, joined with Alex Curry. What a blast this WBC has been, Alex. And today, I feel like is the day that it really begins. Team USA gets underway. I'm rocking the jersey. This thing's sweet, by the way.
That is
red,
great.
white, and blue. American on it. I'm pumped up. This WBC has been so cool, and we're under 30 minutes away from Team USA getting underway.
See, I wasn't as cool to have an American jersey, but I wore gold because it's Happy Team USA Day, and they're going for gold. And that's what we're going for. It's crazy that there's been so much that's happened already, and we haven't even seen Team USA play a game yet.
And
like, it is insane.
We get to see them. The starting lineup just came out a few minutes ago. They waited forever to finally get it out. Finally.
Arguably one of the greatest lineups ever assembled in baseball history.
I agree. So let's check it out.
Yeah.
Team USA's starting lineup for game one. It's unbelievable. Mookie Betts leading off in right field. Mike Trout in center field batting second. Reigning NL MVP Paul Goldschmidt at first base. Nolan Arenado batting fourth. Kyle Schwarber batting fifth, DHing. Trey Turner at shortstop batting sixth. Kyle Tucker in left field batting seventh. JT Realmuto, the best catcher in baseball, batting eighth. And Jeff McNeil, the reigning NL batting champion, is batting ninth.
Like, that's crazy.
Unbelievable. Adam Wainwright
MVPs,
on the mound.
champions. Like, you can't look at this and not think that Team USA is definitely going to be in the finals, if not win the entire tournament.
I agree. Three MVPs, all 1, 2, 3. The top three guys in this lineup are MVPs. Absolutely incredible. Alex, let's talk players to watch in this lineup. Kind of for the whole tournament, a big glimpse here.
Yeah.
You could literally pick anybody.
Yeah, you can.
For me, a name I'm excited about.
Yeah.
And I say this because I feel like he's getting locked in already. And when you have a tournament that's taking place in March, it's not typical, not everybody's up to speed and ready to go.
You're in spring training form right now still.
But you know what I saw that I liked?
What?
Nolan Arenado hit a grand slam the other day in a tune-up game. I think the guy's locked in. I think he was born to put on the red, white, and blue. My player to watch for this Team USA lineup throughout the tournament, Nolan Arenado.
I love it. Are you ready for my player?
Yeah. I know where you're going.
I mean, you gotta. My player to watch is Mike Trout.
Yeah.
Captain America. Talk about being born for this moment. It is Mike Trout. And I think he is the reason that this team is going to win the World Baseball Classic. Think about it. I've talked about it before. This is the first time in his professional career that Mike Trout has had a legitimate chance to compete for a championship. He was the first to commit. He's been all in from day one as the captain. I think he's going to will this team and help bring this team to a championship.
This picture that we have in the wall right now.
He tweeted it out today.
It gives me
this tweet.
goosebumps.
It's so good.
Incredible.
Captain
Mike
America.
Trout, one of the greatest of all time. We haven't, unfortunately, seen him on a winning team throughout his career, and now he gets to be in the middle of one of the greatest lineups of all time. And this picture in the red, white, and blue with the flag in the background. Let's go. I'm so pumped up.
I'm so excited.
The depth in this lineup, to have
insane.
the reigning batting champion batting ninth.
It's insane.
It's so good. I'm so excited to see this team. And we just got to make sure we don't get out to a slow start because we got to be cautious about that. We saw them the other night against the Giants. I'm not worried about that game, but you just can't allow yourself to get out to a slow start like that.
Yeah.
And then keep a team like Great Britain, who they're playing tonight, keep them in the game. Then their hopes get a little higher and higher and higher.
Yeah.
We don't want that.
You don't want that. And there's been a lot of rally around Team USA this entire week. We even heard Coach K tell USA manager Mark DeRosa, make them believe you're not playing for the United States. You are the United States. So there has been so much going into this. And today we finally got a quote from Mark DeRosa saying, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not going to treat Great Britain any differently than we treat Mexico or any other team. I just want our guys fired up and playing like it's playoff baseball energy-wise. And it really is in tournament style where it's one game that you're playing each team.
Love that.
It's going to be great.
You know,
it's going to be great.
Has some nerves going. He's never managed anything besides his kids' 13U baseball team, and now he's got arguably the greatest lineup of all time.
Yes.
Which is why he's reaching out to guys like Coach K, who was on the Dream Team coaching staff and other Olympic gold medal NBA team.
The Redeem Team
Olympic
is when he was the head coach. Like, he's been through it all.
He's the perfect guy to reach out to. And that quote that you said just gives me goosebumps every time when he reached out for him and just said, hey, what do I tell my team? To say, this is like a quote out of a movie for him to just pull. It's typical Coach K to just say, get them to understand this. You're not playing for the United States. You are the United States. I love it. It's incredible. And he said this the other night during a game I was watching. He said, I, to a man, have had every single player on this Team USA roster come up to me and say, I don't care where I play. I don't care when I play. I just want to win this and bring it back home for the red, white, and blue. And that's pretty cool, I think. I'm pumped up.
Oh, it's incredible. I mean, they have every tool they need to succeed. They have the support. They have the talent. They have the belief. They have the right attitude, as you just mentioned. That's what makes a championship team. It's not about me. I don't care where I play. I want what's best for this unit and this team to bring us all the way to the championship.
Yep, I'm with you.
So this is the next question. What consists of success for Team USA? Like, what is it? What constitutes success for Team USA?
Yeah, 3 reasons for me that they can win it all. First up, okay, you're asking what's considered success?
What's considered success for Team USA here?
Winning.
It has to be.
There's it's win or it's a nightmare if we don't win. We have to win.
No.
This is our tournament to win. We're the reigning champions.
Yeah.
This is win or failure. With a guy like Mike Trout in the lineup, the captain, Mike Trout, one of the greatest of all time, with the lineup that might be the greatest lineup of all time. I understand there's other teams that are really good in this tournament, teams that have won before in this tournament, Japan and the Dominican. And those teams are both very good, as we've seen. But we got to win this. With this lineup, we got to win.
To quote the great Ricky Bobby, if you ain't first, you last. And that's what has to happen here for Team USA. You got to finish first. That's the only thing that's acceptable. Now, okay, let's move on to your 3 reasons why Team USA can win the WBC.
First one, Alex, is very simple.
Okay.
Mookie Betts.
Done.
Mike Trout.
Done.
And bald eagles.
Why bald eagles?
Because it's America. This is America's pastime.
Okay.
This is our sport.
All right.
This is our time, and we're bringing it back home.
Okay.
The red, white, and blue. It's America. This sport started here. This is America's pastime. There are other countries that are incredible and have incredible rosters in this sport. The Dominican, Japan, Puerto Rico, Venezuela. There's so many good teams. We got to win. We can win, and we will win this tournament. Mookie Betts, Mike Trout, and bald eagles.
And baldies.
Yes.
I love that. Okay, what's number 2?
Number 2 is the bullpen is nasty.
Yes, it is.
So when you're looking at Team USA's pitching, we look at this roster and we'll say the offense is incredible, but pitching is really going to hold us back. Time out for a second. I know our starting rotation is not by any means the best that we could put together or the best in this tournament. It's not. But one thing that is important in this tournament is having a strong bullpen, arguably more important than starting pitching because of all the limitations on pitchers, the limitations set in the tournament, and the limitations that are still on many of the best pitchers in this tournament because it's spring training time technically. And okay, there's a limit of 65 pitches, but a lot of these guys aren't getting to that 65 pitches because they're not even built up to that. Having a good bullpen is arguably equally as important, and Devin Williams and Ryan Presley at the back end of the Team USA bullpen. Unbelievable guys back there. I love it. I love the bullpen. They're good enough to get it done.
I like that because it's crazy to think about. It's kind of flip-flop. Normally you're used to seeing starting pitchers maybe go into the 7th, but you're only seeing them go 3-4 innings right here. And then majority of the rest of the game is your bullpen.
Yep.
So that makes sense. Okay, what's number 3?
Last up is the mentality that this team clearly has. You know, the first person to sign up for this team, Mike Trout. And then the names just started pouring in after that. And it's not just because Mike Trout's on the team. It's because Mike Trout bought in because he wants to win a championship for this team and for the United States. And hearing Mark DeRosa talk about the team and saying the mentality that every single player has, saying, I don't care where or when I play, all I want to do is win. Put me wherever in the lineup, play me whenever. I'm here to help us win the tournament again for the second time in a row. And that mentality is what's going to be able to allow them to win it all. I
love it. Now, this is not the only game that's happening today, obviously, right? Okay, this is the first day that, like, from 2 a.m. until whenever the last game finishes today, there has been almost a game on at every moment. So I want to talk about the first game that we watched today, and that was Japan against Czech Republic, where Japan officially punched their ticket to the quarterfinals with a 10-2 win over the Czech Republic. And a couple things we learned here is, like, Japan is as good as we think they are, but the Czech Republic stole the hearts of the world, including Shohei Ohtani. I mean, this was a crazy game.
Look, Team Japan was expected to win this game, and they did win this game. But the fact that it wasn't even a mercy rule says a lot about the Czech Republic, that they deserve so much credit here. So I want to talk about, to me, one of the best parts of the tournament so far is this starting pitcher for Team Czech Republic today. His name is Andres Satoria. Okay, he's an electrician.
Yes.
An electrician, and he shut down Team Japan for 2 innings, struck out Shohei Ohtani on a pitch that bounced in the dirt. He was unbelievable. This guy threw 69 pitches. 49 of them were strikes. He shut down Team Japan. He got out of a bases-loaded jam. He shut down tons of the superstars in this lineup, and he didn't throw a pitch over 79 miles an hour.
I have to say this is probably the most shocking moment of the tournament so far. I think the Czech Republic dugout was as shocked as we were at home watching that pitcher strike out Shohei Ohtani, as well as the Japanese dugout. Just like, what just happened? So explain to someone who's like, okay, he's throwing way under the limit, the velo of what most of these batters are used to facing. Why was that such an issue?
So, look, here's what. This is why Team Japan struggled. I've seen it a million times. I've also experienced this as well. This guy is throwing, when I was playing professional baseball and a position player came in, we'd say this guy's throwing under hitting speed. It's slower than batting practice. You're not used to it at all, and it's going to take a while for you to figure it out. So obviously they did eventually. He still had a very good outing, but that's where the struggles come about, is hitting somebody that doesn't exactly throw the hardest, and he was considered a change-up specialist. But this guy did work on the mound. I love it. He was pumped up in the dugout when he struck out Shohei. The entire team was. He was holding up the ball like it was Simba and the Lion King. It was an incredible situation. And guess what? We have an exclusive interview with this guy after the game. The pitcher himself. Let's hear what he had to say.
It was something awesome. Yeah. It's like the whole world was stopped in the moment, like a heart attack, man. It was hard. I just looked to my dugout and hey, I got him.
To my dugout and was like, hey, I got him. And they all were as well.
They were.
That's the highlight of all of this. Is, were they ever going to beat Team Japan? No. But did they put up a good fight and a respectable fight? And does everybody there now respect the Czech Republic team, including Shohei Ohtani, who posted on his Instagram story, respect, with their national flag. The teams were out on the field applauding each other. Really, really cool, and the game was awesome. Shohei ended up, we know Shohei wasn't going to just end without a hit. He had a 118-mile-an-hour double in this game, which just breaks StatCast. It was ridiculous, but that's why they struggled to hit him at first. It's because it's a little slower than
it's a little slow. It's crazy to think that, like, slower might be harder to hit than faster.
It's like when a position player comes in, it's the worst thing you can do as a hitter is, as a professional hitter, having to face a position player when they're just lobbing it up there. It's a nightmare because it's embarrassing if you get out. You're not supposed to get out, so it never goes well. And that's kind of what we saw for the first couple of innings here.
It was so fun. Now, remember, we also have a game going on right now. We have Venezuela playing the Dominican Republic. Little update, Venezuela is up 3-1 over the Dominican Republic right now.
Ooh, David
Yeah.
Peralta, new Los Angeles Dodger, by the way. So
Yep.
they need him to be a piece in that lineup. Big 2-run double for Venezuela, 3-1 over the Dominican.
Did you think this?
Pool of death.
What was your prediction on this game?
I didn't do a prediction, I don't think, for this
Okay.
game yesterday. But I
Okay.
did believe Venezuela could keep it within reach. Dominican's very
Okay.
good.
This is going to, like we said, pool of death. All right. It's only 4 days into this tournament, and we've seen so many incredible things. So right now, I want to talk top 5 favorite moments so far of the WBC. What's number 5?
The fact that it's only 4 days into this tournament.
We've seen so
and
much
I
baseball.
feel like the game of baseball has taken such leaps and bounds around the globe. Is so cool to think about. Not even half this tournament is really started yet. So, all right, my top 5 World Baseball Classic moments so far. Number 5, Team Czech Republic.
Has to be.
As a whole. Just
Has
the
to be.
entire team, the entire experience. I said it the other day. You need to make a movie about this team. A movie needs to be made about Team Czech Republic. One of the greatest players of all time and the most talented player we've ever seen, Shohei Ohtani, got struck out by an electrician. Imagine that. Put that in the movie. I mean, it's unbelievable. And in their first game against China, you know, it was a good story and nobody knew how they'd do. And this team is made up of sports managers and financial advisors, and they have the lead against China. And then China fights back in, and you think, okay, it was a good story while it lasted. No. A 9th inning towering home run to win them the ball game, and then putting up a good fight against Japan. Team Czech Republic has been the Cinderella of this tournament, and not in a way of like,
They're going to
win the pool.
Yeah.
Just like everybody's hearts. You have your team you're rooting for. You have the country you're from or the country you're rooting for. And then the Czech, who are also just all rooting for to do well as well.
And you got to think this must be probably the highlight of their lives. Like they're not professional players. Like put that into your mind. They are blue collar workers from home who qualified for this tournament. And you're seeing them here now. Like they can play. They can compete. But it is just so special and so cool to see the excitement and the look on their faces, and to have a moment like striking out one of the greatest players of all time in Shohei Ohtani is insane.
I love Eric Sogard's on the team, nerd power. He's their only big leaguer, but their big catcher, Cervenka.
Yeah.
I realized today when I was watching that this guy looks familiar, and then we played against each other in the minor leagues. So
epic.
That all came back. So that's number 5. The entire Czech Republic team is a moment, if you will, for me. They're number 5. And number 4, Yu Chang's grand slam against the Netherlands. Let's just listen to it so we can explain that.
Yeah.
2-1. A swing and another drive to deep left center field. Yu Chang has done it again!
I got goosebumps just watching it again.
I don't know if I've heard a louder stadium in a moment like that.
It's so cool. It's been unbelievable to watch those games there. Yu Chang's grand slam. He's with the Red Sox now, so he's obviously got big league time. He's a professional baseball player, and for him to do what he's done for Chinese Taipei, that call, this stadium, goosebumps just watching it. I had a thought when he hit that grand slam, and the stadium was maybe the craziest stadium that has ever existed.
Yeah.
I mean, it was nuts. The cheerleaders were like banging their heads on the rail.
They were at a rock show.
It was insane. And I had a thought of, because they showed the Netherlands dugout.
Yeah.
I had a thought of Xander Bogaerts, who just signed about $300 million contract with the Padres, and he's an established big leaguer and an all-star and one of the best players in baseball. I had a thought of him sitting there in the dugout just thinking, it's the middle of March. I'm in Taiwan, and this is the craziest thing I've ever experienced. Like, just imagine being Xander Bogaerts in that moment. It's crazy. Yu Chang's grand slam against the Netherlands, for me, it kicked off that game. They weren't supposed to win that game against a team as talented as the Netherlands. That grand slam got them kick-started, and they never looked back. That's moment number 4.
That was great. What's moment number 3?
Moment number 3 happened last night.
Okay.
Roki Sasaki taking the mound for the first time for Team Japan on the anniversary of the massive tsunami, 3/11/12. 3/11/11, actually. 3/11/11 it's the anniversary to the day of the massive tsunami in Japan that took out his father and his grandparents. And he was 9 years old. And for him to take the mound on 3/11 all these years later for Team Japan, it was such a cool moment for him.
Right.
It was such an honor for him to pitch on this day. It was so cool for Team Japan to allow him to have the start on this day, on the anniversary. And for what it meant for him and for what it meant for the entire nation to see him out there on that day, man, just so special. So special to see that. And that, for me, it was one of the top moments. And then add on top of that he went out and showcased the reason I've been talking about him for as long as I have now. The guy was casually throwing 102 all game long. His average fastball velocity would have ranked as the hardest in Major League Baseball last year, right there with Hunter Green. This guy's going to be a star. So the combination of getting to see him on this big of a stage and for him to be able to do it on the anniversary of the tsunami that obviously changed his life forever was a very, very special moment and had me in tears in my living room at 2:15 in the morning.
Yeah, I was like, even you just explaining it right now, I'm like, I feel like I'm going to cry again.
Yeah,
That's so special. All right, number two.
Number two, we saw a little bit of this in number four. Number two is the insane World Baseball Classic crowds we've seen. And when I put this as number two, we had only seen two pools start, Pool A and Pool B. Now Pool C and D have started, and we've seen I don't want to say equally because it's been insane there in Taiwan. Every single stadium, every single atmosphere has been unbelievable. And this is the cool thing for me. I've watched this tournament now multiple times. I know this kind of feels like it's the first one that's like, this is a real thing. I've watched a few in the past, and the pool plays, the stands were nobody in them.
Yeah.
I mean, there's not many people watching these huge games with big players. And now look at it. Look at what it's become in 2023. It's so cool. It's so special. And what this tournament is doing for the game of baseball, the recognition that the game is getting across the globe is something that makes me so happy. And it's been so fun to see. And thank you to all the crowds, because I don't know how I would be surviving right now on the lack of sleep that I'm getting if it wasn't for the cool environments in the middle of the night that I'm getting to watch.
Like literally getting the energy through the TV. And it's not just one place, as you mentioned. Every single stadium, all four stadiums we've seen just absolutely insane, including today, obviously seeing Arizona and Miami. And the other cool thing is seeing how all these different cultures celebrate.
Yeah.
Because it's a little different.
It is.
In every place.
It's like different instruments.
I love it. I love it. It's a different band. It's,
really
a different
cool.
sound.
Yeah.
I can't wait till we get to see it in person next
I
week.
can't wait. I can't wait.
Okay, number one.
Number one for me is Shohei Ohtani taking the mound for Team Japan in the Tokyo Dome, back there for the first time in almost 7 years. Not just because he was on the mound there, not just because I'm a big fan of his. It's because of what he has meant from the time that he last pitched on the mound at the Tokyo Dome to what he means to everybody now, what he means to all of Japan, what he means to everybody in the United States. My timeline from people in the United States at 2:00 in the morning was insane. People were waking up that early to watch Shohei Ohtani. So what he's meant for the game of baseball for the last few years, to see him have this moment with the Team Japan jersey on his chest and being able to pitch in the Tokyo Dome in front of all of Japan, 47% of households in Japan were watching. Half of the entire nation was watching the game. That's how much Shohei means to them. Shohei clearly means so much to us. We got to see that, and we've seen it over the last few years. And to see him take the mound in the Tokyo Dome, for me, has been the number one moment so far.
I've said it before. I'll say it again. Shohei Ohtani is a rock star. He is the moment. He is the best player, and he is the future of baseball.
Yep.
And it's special that we are so lucky to be witnessing it right now.
I agree.
I know.
Completely.
It's so good. It's prediction time.
So those are my top 5 moments.
Okay.
But this is going to be a big moment tonight.
Okay.
When Team USA takes the field against Great Britain. I'm so pumped up for this. We might not know a ton about Great Britain players, but there's one guy I really want to highlight and everybody should be focused on.
Okay.
His name is Harry Ford. Not Harrison Ford, the actor. Harry Ford. And he's an absolute stud. He's a catcher. He's the Mariners' #1 prospect. He's going to be really, really good, I believe. This guy is the real deal.
Okay.
He's young. He was a first-rounder, 12th overall pick, I believe. High school guy. Last year, 11 homers, 23 stolen bases as a catcher. His comparison that he's been given is Craig Biggio.
Okay.
Catcher, beginning of his career, very fast, dynamic, very athletic. This guy is a stud. Mariners prospect, Harry Ford, he's in their lineup. Trace Thompson also on this team. So Great Britain has some guys. They might have terrible jerseys, as we're seeing here. I mean, those things are not good. That is not a good look. But hey, they got some guys on the team. I'm excited. I mean, I'm seeing it right now.
I know. I'm like, we're getting a live look into the pregame right
now. You know
now.
what those jerseys scream to me?
What?
Those jerseys scream, hey, guys, we're not going to put a ton of money into these. We got 4 games. I mean.
It feels like the Dodge. Do you ever watch Dodgeball?
Yeah.
Yeah, it feels like that, like the average Joe's. Here you go, figure it out.
Yeah. Hey, guys, look, I believe in you, but not enough to get nice jerseys. We have 4 games to play. We'll just put them
we'll figure it out.
We are 3 minutes away from the start of Team USA and Great Britain. This game is on Fox. John Smoltz, Joe Davis on the call. I'm so pumped up.
It's so great. All right, well, let's dive into it. Who is your player to watch tonight?
My player to watch tonight is the guy that I believe will be huge for Team USA the entire tournament, Nolan Arenado. We saw him hit a grand slam the other day in a tune-up game. I believe he's locked in. I believe he was a guy that looks like he was born to put on the red, white, and blue and play the hot corner for Team USA. Nolan Arenado, for me, is my guy.
All right, you know my guy. My guy is Mike Trout, Captain America. He was also born for this moment. And I believe he is going to lead by example. He is going to have such a big impact in Game 1 and throughout this entire tournament, and is going to help carry this team to back-to-back championships and get his first chance at a championship, which is the biggest thing.
Yeah, I mean, three playoff games for Trout. We got to do better than that.
Yeah.
And now we're going to get to do better than that. I do believe I do believe we can advance out of this pool, and he'll be playing in some big single elimination tournaments. We've all wanted it. Whether you're a fan of the Angels or not, one thing we can all agree on is we want to see Mike Trout play in some meaningful baseball games, because he's going to go down as one of the greatest. And to say that we were alive and got to watch him when we did, it's huge. My game prediction.
Yes.
Team USA. Give me a 12-2 victory. Team USA puts up some runs. 12-2 mercy rule. Team USA.
Whoa! What inning mercy rule?
7th.
Oh, okay. Well, I am also taking Team USA 8-2. Yep.
Okay.
So we both think that Great Britain's going to get 2 runs here.
Wow.
Yeah.
8-2.
Except mercy. Full game.
Yeah, I got a mercy rule coming.
Yeah.
This lineup, as we talked about off the beginning, is one of, if not the greatest lineup of all time. And we're just a minute away from getting to watch it up close and personal. This is going to be absolutely incredible. I'm rocking my American jersey, the red, white, and blue. Let's go. Team USA. Their run for back-to-back championships kicks off right now on Fox. Check it out. Thank you all for listening to this pregame show. By the way, we'll be live post-game as well. As soon as the game ends, come right back here. We will be recording our episode, our Day 4, Day 5 WBC podcast. It's going to be a blast. Thank you all for listening. Make sure you subscribe to Flippin Bats anywhere you listen. And it is now game time. Thank you for listening to this pregame show of Flippin Bats now. Enjoy the game. Let's go.